Here we go, part 2 of my Strefan deck. The blood token sacrifice cheating creatures out into attacking with indestructible, with a sub-theme of life gain, life loss, and even 1/1 counters. Part 2 is going to be artifacts and enchantments. So we'll start in the beginning. Bantu's Monument. Black creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Whenever you cast a creature spell, each opponent loses life and you gain a life. So again, I'm cheating stuff out, so I don't really need the -1, as I am cheating out efficiently enough, but that does help for when I want to cast things and I don't have him out. But most importantly, this right here, the sub-theme of the deck is life gain, life loss. I gain life, take everyone else's life as often as possible. Of course, Swifties, gotta have the boots in here, baby. Mox Opal, another proxy, but that's because my actual Mox Opal, I think I have 1 copy currently. So when this comes down enough that I can justify purchasing it, I definitely will be and slotting it into Strefan. But it's in an artifact deck I have. I think Captain America, if I remember right. And then Mox Amber, the second proxy. I did this because I couldn't find a Mox Amber that looked like blood, if that makes sense. And this looks almost blood-like coming up in here. And it looks really vampire-esque from, that type of era or type of fantasy. I probably will never switch this out unless I go into a competition, which I have the real card for all of these, and I would slot them out if I'm bringing him into a competition. I absolutely would. But for casual play, this will never get switched out. I love the art. I'm sure I could find a better one, but I couldn't get past that. And then Throne of the God Pharaoh. At the beginning of your end step, each opponent loses life equal to the number of tapped creatures you control. And then right here, Terrarian's Journal. Tap, sack another artifact or creature, draw a card, activate only as a sorcery, but then you can pay 2 mana, tap, discard your hand, transform it. So when you transform the card, you're coming up over here. Look at that gorgeous art too. It's like you're in a tomb almost. Tap to add a black, or tap, you may cast a creature spell from your graveyard this turn. If you do, it enters the battlefield with a finality counter on it, and it's a vampire in addition to its other types. I like the card because of the sack outlet up here, which allows me to sack some of these blood tokens. I do generate quite a bit and fast, so it's nice having additional outlets other than just Strefan to sack them. Glasscast Heart came with the deck. I love it too because it's perfect with this type of deck. Whenever 1 or more vampires you control attack, create a blood token. So if I attack 3 people, bam, I'm getting 3 blood tokens. I can pay a black, tap, pay a life, create a 1/1 black bat or black vampire creature token. I can pay 2, tap, sacrifice the heart, and 13 blood tokens and deal 13 damage to everyone. I gain 13 life. I've never gotten that bottom one to pop off. One of these days I will just aim for that solely, but just to see how fun it is to do. But right now I have it. Fellware Stone, another mana rock. The One Ring, this is the real one. A real one, I should say. I think I have 2 of them now. Everyone knows this is a highly sought after card. It's climbing in price. It's incredible. It does so much for a Rakdos deck that doesn't have a lot of card draw as it is and needs to be pinged anyway. I want to lose life because if I lose a life on my turn, I also get a blood token. Perfect. When I saw that, I immediately knew how bad I had to have that for this deck. Chimmel, the Inner Sun. Spells you control can't be countered, which is why I did that. There's a lot of high-powered stuff in here that people are often trying to counter and stop. But I also love the Discover 5. I love, love, love pulling stuff out and getting free stuff. Blade of the Blood Chief. This is a pet card, honestly. Whenever a creature dies, put a 1/1 counter on equipped creature. If it's a vampire, it gets 2. It's a pet card. I brought it in simply for Strefan to have a weapon, if you will. I like to kind of build like lore-esque like things going in my decks and a specific type of theme. Of course, the Soul Ring, beautiful. Soul Ring 2. And then Thematic Compass for 3 mana, tap. Search your library for a basic land card. There's not a lot of land search in here, unfortunately. I need to get better at that in this deck, but this one does the trick for now. And then there's also a transformation here too. Tap, add 1 colorless mana to your mana pool. Tap, untap target attacking creature and opponent controls and remove it from combat. It's not bad. It's not a bad card. It's not the best option, I don't think, but it's still pretty good. You got the Greaves. There's got to be a lot of protection in this deck. One of my absolute favorite arts for this deck, even though it's more like zombie-like, I feel, but it works because he's got a little cup there. It's almost like a cup of blood, but gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And it's part of this combo here, this infinite loop of life gain, life loss. I win the game when they're both on the battlefield and triggered. One of my favorite black market connections, too. I love full art, always will. At the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, I can pay life, which is what he wants to do, and I can create things. I can draw a card, I can create a treasure, which will help with mana. I can create a shapeshifter, which will count as a vampire. So again, buffing up all kinds of other things I have going on. Into the Pit, another enchantment. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may cast spells from the top of your library by sacrificing a non-land permanent in addition to paying its other types and or other costs. Sacking a non-land permanent. Blood tokens, and I've got tons of them. Molten Echoes is a fun card in this deck too, because whenever a non-token creature of the chosen type enters the battlefield under my control, I can create a token copy of it. So as long as it's not a legendary one, because then it'll die, but it'll do a bunch of other stuff for me, which I like that too. I might move it for something else, but as of right now, I'm keeping it in the deck. And then at the beginning of your upkeep, you may draw a card and you lose a life. Phyrexian Arena's in every single black deck I own. It is. I have so many copies of it because it's a good card. You get to draw a card, you lose a life. Black wants to do all kinds of weird things anyway, and your life points come into play a lot in a lot of black decks. And the card draw is incredible. So there you go. There you have it. Part 2, Artifacts and Enchantments.